What's up, everyone? Sunday morning, week 17. We are back. Another episode of The Lock. Myself, Joe Algieri, the one and only Lou DiMartino, that Giants fan in the corner, Boogie Hollis, and our special guest this week, the one and only Billy Punch. Gentlemen, how's everything? Hold on. You guys were Boogie and Lou. I muted you on that by accident. Sorry, no one really wants to hear you anyway.
Right,
guys.
That's right.
How's everything going? Welcome. Happy week 17.
Big week, boys.
Happy
What's
week
going on?
17 indeed, guys.
Absolutely. Real quick, guys, I do have a special word from one of our sponsors. Give me 1 second. I just want to play a quick video of them.
You need to secure possessions, and you also need to make sure that you're keeping this Hawks team off the free throw line.
Oh, that's a man's jam.
I'm sorry. That's just the sixth place team. My bad. Sorry about that.
Oh my god.
Sorry about that.
You know, Joe, this is different New York.
Right off the bat.
Did the Hawks win yesterday?
No, I think the Hawks got destroyed yesterday.
Well, hold on. Hold on, Boogie. We learned something yesterday, right? 6 degrees of separation means that the Knicks actually are a better team because ex facto, this is how we work it, right? So the Knicks beat the Cavs, who beat the Hawks, who beat the Nets, which means that the Knicks are better than the Nets.
This guy is sounding crazy right
Look
now.
at this. It's crazy.
How is anybody going to take your football pick serious?
I mean, I may have been wrong. They may not even be a six seed.
This is ridiculous.
Joe, you're absolutely insane. And the only problem to this whole theory is that if Joe is actually right and they are a 6 seed or less, I will never hear the end of it. None of us will ever hear the end of it.
Well, I mean, you better hope something today doesn't happen because otherwise you're never going to hear the end of it.
Right. So let's get into actual football because Joe is talking about the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants game today because Joe made a prediction 3 weeks ago that the Dallas Cowboys were going to win this division. So God help us all if the Dallas Cowboys actually pull it off, beat the Giants, and then the Washington football team loses.
It's not too.
It's going to be an absolute shit show, and I might have to deactivate freaking Facebook.
I got a spoiler alert for you, pal. It ain't happening.
No, I don't think so either. But I agree with you too, Biggie. Oh my god, I called you Biggie. I agree with you too.
Wow, Biggie.
Wow.
I agree with you too, Billy.
Jackups already.
I know. I'm just so hyped up, guys. It's week fucking 17. It's
I mean,
week
Boogie,
17
at least he
in
didn't
football.
call me the Cincinnati Seahawks.
And my team actually has a relevant game, so that's what I'm happy about. So
Right, listen, the Giants are in a really good situation. They're in a situation where they're playing for playoffs. Week 17, they're in the playoff contender for Week 17. And you know what? If they don't make the playoffs, they have a good draft pick next year. So the Giants,
way to be optimistic.
that is optimistic, of course, and I think it's a good way to look at it. But are we starting off with the Giants Cowboys, guys? Is that what we're doing right now?
Yeah, let's start with as usual every week we split up the picks, and we're going to discuss our fantasy sleepers, studs, and if we can figure out a prop bet for the game, we go along with that. So yeah, I think Lou, you got the East, both NFC and AFC, correct?
I sure fucking do. So let's
all right, so we're gonna get into the NFC East. So let's, Lou, it's on you.
Sure. So the Giants versus Cowboys today. Okay, so I am being you could say that I'm being a biased Giants fan, whatever you want. I like the Giants today in this game. We're gonna talk about the spread like we usually do at the end, but I like the Giants today, and I'm going to tell you why I like the Giants today. The Giants have not been playing typical Giants football as of late. They've looked tired. They've looked sloppy. But I think today changes with the game against the Dallas Cowboys. This is obviously a must-win game. If they win and the Washington football team loses, they're in. So today, I like as your sleeper pick for today, I'm going to go with fucking Big Dick Danny Dimes, all right? Pause. I like Daniel Jones today, okay? And I know Boogie's probably like, I can't believe I'm on the show right now. But I like Daniel Jones today. I like the over in this game. I think this is going to be a straight-up shootout today. And I like my prop bet today, I like Daniel Jones throwing for over 209 yards. I just think Daniel Jones is going to do really well today. I think he's going to have a touchdown to Slayton. I think he's going to have a touchdown to Gallman. I think the Giants take this game today too. I really like them today. They're going to play this game extremely hard, and they're going to show why under Mr. Joe Judge that they deserve to be in this playoffs this year.
All right. Well, I mean, we're already in the NFC East, so why don't you break down the game that really means something? Because the Giants Cowboy game, great. It's it is what it is. But the result of that is irrelevant because you have to wait till 8:00 to find out if the winner of that game is even in the playoffs. So
I will disagree with that statement right now. That game, the winner of the Giant game is not irrelevant because then the Washington football team needs to go out there and win a game.
100%. But what I'm saying is that
that franchise hasn't proven they can do that consistently since Deion Sanders was on the team.
You got Alex Smith. They listen to me. If anything, Washington today, and we spoke about this off the air, okay? Unlike a lot of other teams that are fighting for playoff spots right now, the Washington football team today, if nothing else, is showing grit. You got people coming that are not 100%, but they know, just like Boogie's background says, win or go home, okay? So they need to win. They need to win.
They're gonna, yeah, right. I obviously they need to win. I agree with Billy on this one. I think the winner of the Dallas and Giants game is going to be your NFC East champion. And let me tell you why I think that the Washington football team is not beating this Eagles team. Okay, the Eagles have actually been playing very, very well. All right, obviously all the games today are division rivals. The Eagles defense is going to be my sleeper today, and I think they're going to be the reason why. Even though you have Alex Smith, even though you have McLaren, I really don't think that this Washington football team is going to be scoring any points on this Eagles secondary today. I really like the Eagles defense today. They still have something to prove, especially under the rookie quarterback, Mr. Hurts. I really like the Eagles today. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, though. I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I think the Eagles' defense is going to step up. The Washington football team's defense is going to step up. So I like the under in this game today, and I like under 5 touchdowns. Like I said, I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game, 20-17 max kind of game. I like the Eagles winning this game straight up, though. I think Alex Smith they're praying for Alex Smith to have some kind of game today, even though Alex Smith has been hurt. Obviously, there's nobody else to really do it. You don't have Dwayne Haskins anymore. He wasn't doing it for you anyway. You don't have McCory. What was the other kid's name that got hurt? That was on the Washington football team that was playing before Alex Smith stepped in.
Who knows who that guy is?
I forgot his name. Anyway, but I like the Eagles today.
But they do have their main stud wide receiver McLaurin playing. So
McLaurin,
no, I know.
McLaurin's back. Antonio Gibson is playing.
Yeah, so
I think the Eagles shut that down today. I like the Eagles.
That thing worries me because they put all these starters back in, just for this game. So that kind of worries me with that game.
I think the most telling thing about this is if you look, excuse me, if you look at the last time that they played, I mean, granted that was Carson Wentz behind there, so with Jalen Hurts, it's a completely different quarterback. But that defense sacked the quarterback 8 times in that game.
Right.
Sacking Jalen Hurts 8 times in this game.
No, I get that, but
Jalen Hurts adds a dimension that Wentz does not have in his game, and Jalen Hurts can get out of the pocket. And I'm going to tell you one thing about this game right now, and remember I said this: Jalen Hurts to Deshaun Jackson. It's going to happen.
You think? Yeah. Listen, he's got to go to some kind of veteran, right? A lot of young wide receivers on this Eagles team. He went to Deshaun Jackson last week for a big touchdown.
That dude's a difference maker, man.
I know.
Trust me, as a Giants fan, I know.
You know what?
I really like the Eagles today, and I'm not just saying that because we need the Washington football team to lose. If this wasn't even a game of relevance, I like the Eagles beating Washington today.
I agree with you.
Lou, as usual, I completely disagree with everything you said.
And Jackson played with Washington, right? So
yeah, but Joe, you have such a boner for the Washington football team's defense this year. It's unreal. I'm surprised you're not a Washington football fan, and you sound like more of a Washington football fan than you are an Indianapolis Colts fan.
No,
It's 11 a.m. Joe
I-
disagrees with everything. I have never been more confident than I am at this moment about the Giants' chances now.
I agree.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Thanks, Joe.
So, yeah, we'll see about that. I
But
just
bet the horse. That's all we got to say, guys.
yeah.
Giants
no.
fans, all thank Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, we shall see. Listen, guys, just so you know, I went to Costco yesterday and I bought 3 of the big boxes of Kleenex. They're all actually, I did overnight delivery to each of your houses, so they should be getting there by 1 p.m., okay? So you can enjoy a good cry when you watch Danny Dimes drop dimes to the Dallas defense. But that's besides the point. So listen, Boogie, we're going to go on to you because you have you got the West for both AFC and NFC. AFC West is pretty much irrelevant. That's kind of locked up. That's there. NFC West definitely has some relevant games right now. So let's go into the NFC West. Let's talk about that.
Guys, this one is going to be a doozy of a game, man. Cardinals versus the Rams. I mean, you got like damn near the whole Rams squad not playing. You got Jared Goff is out, Cooper Kupp is out, you got Henderson out.
Kupp?
I mean, you got a undrafted rookie quarterback starting, John Wolford. He never took an NFL snap in his life.
No, I think he did. I think he played a couple years ago.
No, he hasn't played. He hasn't played in NFL.
Oh, all right. I thought he played a couple years ago. I couldn't. My mistake.
This is his first time playing in the NFL. And
Didn't he come from the American Alliance of Football or what?
I know he played Wake Forest. I don't know if he did anything after that. 'Cause I believe he was on some other teams' rosters. Wasn't he on a Jets roster or something? Or I forgot what somebody's roster he was on. But anyway, he hasn't played. You got Akers who was questionable all week. He's gonna try to give it a go. He's banged up. Malcolm Brown is gonna start. You got Brockers is out. Like I said, the Rams are beat up. Cardinals are closer to being 100%, but they got their issues right now. You know, with Murray is banged up himself, but I mean he's still gonna play, but his mobility is questioned right now. And like I said, man, this game is going to be tough. I think the Cardinals are going to end up grinding this one out just because they're more healthy. But I think the Rams defense is still great, and the Rams defense is going to make the Cardinals really work for this game, regardless of the offense, being banged up or not. So I'm looking for Malcolm Brown to have a really good game. So I want to say that he's going to be like my prop bet. He'll have like 80 total yards. And he's actually my sleeper as well. But my lock is definitely going to be Kyler Murray, because Murray is going to try to take this team on his back and towards the end of the game and go for the win. So
Boogie, Kyler Murray's got something to prove today.
He does.
I'll tell you that right now.
That's my lock, man.
He's got to. Yeah, but here's the thing. Did you guys see him at the end of that game last week? He was on the ground. He was hurt.
Kyler Murray was down,
He's a fighter,
but if
though,
Kyler
man.
Murray wants to be in the upper echelon of NFL quarterbacks, he has something to prove today.
Hurt or
I
not
agree.
hurt, this is where he puts his name into the sky right now of the greats. So
I hope so. I was a.
Also, too, I just want to add, the Rams' playoff implications are a lot easier than the Cardinals, because I believe the Cardinals have to win this game, and they need somebody to lose, right?
Chicago Bears.
Yeah, they need the Bears to lose.
Yeah, we can't have Lou give the updates because
That's exactly what I said.
God.
The Cardinals need to win and the Bears need to lose. That's
Right.
exactly what I said on the fucking show.
Yeah, you also said the Cincinnati Seahawks.
Yeah, you're about to say Bengals.
If the Bears and if the Bears lose, or no, if they lose, I think the Rams are in, right? Automatically, win or lose, right?
Right. So what happens
Yeah,
if the Cardinals win and the Bears lose? The Cardinals are in,
Right.
but also the Rams are in.
That's what
So-
I'm saying. So the Rams, this is definitely bigger for the Cardinals.
Correct.
More on the plate for the Cardinals. So I think Cardinals are definitely going to be showing us their grit at the end of this game.
The only problem also is the Cardinals don't have Christian Kirk today too due to COVID. So he does have less people to throw to today, Kyler Murray. But I think Kyler Murray, like Billy was saying, really does have something to prove. Listen,
All right, just so you guys.
But
Real
when
quick,
Brock,
just so you know.
when Brock is out, then Murray's going to be able to run around a little bit too.
So this one here, okay, here we go. Rams clinch a playoff berth with the winner of Chicago loss. Cardinals punch their ticket with a win. So winner of this game is in the playoffs.
Right. Right. So anyway, so like I was saying, Kyler Murray, he's even though he doesn't have Christian Kirk, Kyler Murray, in my opinion, is probably a top 5 MVP ballot this year. Okay, the guy's 5'9", super fast, can throw the football.
And
Listen,
play
we
hurt.
all know that
Wait.
getting DeAndre
Did you say
Hopkins
top 5?
top 5 NFL MVP candidate. Yeah,
You're nuts.
get out of here.
You're
Kyler,
nuts.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one, Lou.
You're
Kyler Murray,
nuts.
We are going to be talking about Kyler Murray's season a lot different tomorrow morning if Kyler Murray can't go out today and beat a defense that the New York friggin' Jets embarrassed.
Right,
You are
that's so
going
true.
to look at him and wonder, can this guy get it done? You're going to look at Cliff Kingsbury and you're going to ask, can this guy really coach at this level? There's going to be a lot of questions in Arizona tomorrow if they cannot pull this game off.
Now, do
Right,
you
now-
think the Rams, because they got embarrassed by the Jets, that they gotta go that extra mile to prove that that was just a blip in the radar?
Boogie, I don't know if their offense is good enough to
Oh, their
go
offense
out
is
and go
definitely
that
not.
extra mile today.
No.
I don't know
I'm
if
talking
they.
on the defensive side
You
of
know,
the ball.
Cam Akers, I'm seeing now. Cam Akers is saying he's going to try to play. I don't
Yeah,
know
he's
what
limited.
he's going to look like.
But the
Malcolm
Cardinals'
Brown-
defense is
out.
not bad either.
Malcolm
Cardinals'
Brown's
defense
out.
is pretty good.
Yep, you're looking at an offense with Wolford, with Robert Woods, and Malcolm Brown. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like the Rams' chances at all.
Yeah, no, I think the Cardinals win this game straight up. I really listen. If
I think it's gonna be closer than you think, though.
I think the Rams actually win this game.
And
Of
on a
course you-
truly
of course you do.
sentimental note,
I think the Rams. Because here's the thing: so many people don't realize John Wolford in the AAF was crushing it. So you're talking about maybe he doesn't have NFL playoff. He doesn't have NFL playing experience, but the guy has been behind snaps. The guy has played. He's still an NFL worthy quarterback in terms of like he was the backup. Okay, and not for nothing. You can't get much worse than what Jared Goff has been over
He's
the
been struggling.
exactly.
last 5 weeks. You can't get any worse.
But you know what? We've been talking about grit a little bit. The Cardinals have to go out there and show grit today.
They have
have
to.
a quarterback and a coach with everything to prove on the line. As a football fan myself, I'd like to see Larry Fitzgerald get one more playoff run. You know,
I don't think
I
he's
agree.
playing today.
he's not, but
yeah.
I hope they get in so he can play next week. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I don't like the Rams' chances in this game at all. I think Murray and Kingsbury rise to the occasion and win this game.
Yeah, I like the Cardinals as well. I like them too.
All right. Book. I mean, the other game.
I mean, moving on to Seattle. Obviously, Seattle's playing for like playoff positioning. They want to get the bye, but they need a lot of things happening for them for that to happen anyway. Or they could go for the 2 seed, because I think right now they sit at the 3rd seed. So 49ers are a beat up team. I mean, their offense is atrocious. Their defense is decent. They have a decent pass defense, but and also Seattle has to get it together on their offense because they're kind of struggling too. So this is a great game for them to go before the playoffs start, because a lot of pressure is going to be on Russell Wilson. He looks like he's tired. I mean, he started off the season great, and he's just petered out really bad towards the end of the season. So this is where you got to get your ducks in a row against a beat-up 49ers team. Obviously, I choose them to defeat the 49ers because they have absolutely nothing. So, and they have nothing to play for, and they're atrocious.
Yeah.
And I think they actually still have a shot at the 1 seed. If they
That's what
win
I'm
and New Orleans and Green Bay both lose, I believe they
both
still have a
have
shot at the 1 seed, which, hey,
Correct.
listen, Seattle, I mean, it's not the same without the 12th man there, but it's still a tough place. Still a tough place to play.
Listen, on paper, Seattle is probably one of the more complete teams as far as offense goes. I mean, like, you have DK Metcalf, you have Carson, you have Wilson.
My
Metcalf.
God. We're going to give him cue
have-
cards.
yeah,
We're giving him cue cards. From
Listen,
now
I
on.
can spell it. I just mispronounced
Oh,
it.
you did so well last week. I don't understand.
I know,
Yeah,
I know. man.
you set us up for failure.
No, no, that was a one-off.
we
I
turned
just
the
happened
corner
to
here.
do well last
Joe,
week,
your
that's
big
all.
mistake with cue cards is assuming he can read.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So,
There you
anyways,
go.
so So here's the thing. So I really like Seattle, but they do need a lot to happen for them to get that number 1 seed. But I can't see the Packers losing to the Bears today. Simple as that. Like I can't see them losing to the Packers. So I mean losing to the Bears. So I mean Seattle's always gonna be tough no matter what. No matter who they play, they're on paper they're always gonna be a tough team. So it's gonna be interesting playoffs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not
all right.
betting against Russell Wilson.
Oh no, yeah,
No.
I'm not betting against
And
Russell
I'm not
Wilson.
betting against Russell Wilson with a game on the line and a playoff berth on the line. That is for
He's
damn
definitely
sure.
a playoff
They're
team.
not going to take the 1
Right.
seed, but they're gonna do something in these playoffs.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to we are going to go to the NFC North and our special guest Billy. I think that's you right there. Speaking of these Packers, let's Billy, what do we got?
Good day, guys. How are you? I'm Green Bay. They're playing at a different level right now. The Green Bay Packers, what they have gone out there and done over the last couple of weeks, I know there's people out here listening right now that hate Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is overrated. Aaron Rodgers is this. Aaron Rodgers is that. Let me tell you something right now. Aaron Rodgers is winning his third MVP award, not straight. Aaron Rodgers is going to be the MVP of the NFL this year, and rightfully so. He has gone out there and proven time and time again he is one of the best. And Devontae Adams, there's no wide receiver better in the NFL right now. But I'm going to go with a sleeper pick in this game. How about MVS? I think MVS, Chicago's going to go out there tonight. They're going to try to shut down Devontae Adams. They're going to try to shut down Robert Tonyan. I think it leaves open for MVS to go out there and catch a couple and hopefully get in the end zone. Then you also have my stud of the day in that game, Robert Tonyan, the tight end. The Bears over the last couple of weeks have struggled against the tight end. Tonyan's been great over the last couple of weeks. He's going to continue that tonight against the Bears defense. And then my prop bet here, as great as this guy has been all year, I'm going with David Montgomery under 79.5 rushing yards. This man has come on since Tariq Cohen's injury and been outstanding, but this Green Bay defense is going to show up. They want that number 1 seed, and they are going to get it in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, listen, I 1,000,000% agree with Billy on this. I think the Packers come out swinging this game. Listen, even their defense has been extraordinary lately. And they're the complete team right now. Like if you look at the number 1 seed of the AFC and number 1 seed of the NFC, I mean, listen, the Packers seem more of a complete team than the Chiefs right now. The Chiefs defense is atrocious. I thoroughly think that Rodgers wins his third MVP as well. I think he's had a terrific season, and I think he's going to show why they're the number 1 seed today against this Bears team, they've actually been pretty hot. They've been hot, and they have a chance if they win, they're in the playoffs too. But I just can't see them being the Packers like Billy.
It comes down to this, Lou, really. It's going to come down to who do you want to bet on, Aaron Rodgers or Mitch Trubisky. And Trubisky's had a great run. I take nothing away from what he's done over the last few weeks. He's not going out there and slinging it against Aaron Rodgers and coming out on top. It's just not going to happen.
No.
And they are going to have to throw the ball to win this game because they're going to be behind. And I just don't think the kid has it in him. Not today. Not against this team.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the Packers just caught on fire at the right time in the season. So
Absolutely.
like I said, they all meshed together at the right time. So nobody saw this arriving, man. Like beginning of the season, none of us picked the Packers as one of the top teams in the NFC. And look at this now. Like that's why I tell you, football is great, man. You never know what direction things are gonna go. We were
So much
crying
parity.
We was crying about the Giants early in the season, and like I said, now we're getting relevance. We got the Packers who weren't even being talked about. We was talking about how Russell Wilson's MVP is candidate. You know what I'm saying? Now it's will he even make the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, make something in the playoffs. So it's like, wow, I love the NFL. I love how things are going. The NFC North is looking crazy. Aaron Rodgers is definitely doing his thing. He hears what they're saying about him in the background. He's washed up. He don't got it. Everything is about just throwing the football, but he got a good team going right now. So
Let me tell you,
But I got a question for you guys. Okay, all kidding aside, I know that we have certain people on the page that said that Aaron Rodgers is overrated, whatnot.
just one person.
That's fine. My question to you is this: look at the rest of the teams in his division. Okay, Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions. Up until a couple of weeks ago, the Chicago Bears were faltering.
Yeah.
He really never had. Listen, I'm not taking anything away from his season. I think he's doing phenomenally, and he deserves an MVP award. But don't you think it was very like Tom Brady feeling in the sense that like he had no pressure from his division? He can just kind of go out there and throw it.
No, because you know why? Because he went out there and did what the greats are supposed to do. He beat who was put in front of him. He went out there. He didn't play down to his opponents. He didn't play down to his competition. He went out there and succeeded against what was put on the other side of the ball from him. Aaron Rodgers has done it time and time again. I mean, yeah, he's had his rough moments. You know, we could all say, oh, you know what? He's got a Super Bowl ring. The guy has proven this year. They lit a spark under his ass with drafting a quarterback. But you know what? He showed them he's not done yet.
Right.
That's it.
I agree.
That's it.
I agree.
Sorry, guys. Hot on the Twitter line over here. So we're getting breaking news as it comes in. But I know you got one more game. I know it's an irrelevant game over there. You got Minnesota and Detroit.
Yep.
I mean,
Minnesota and Detroit. I like Minnesota in this one. I think Minnesota's going out there with something to prove. You know, I've like my stud of the day today in that game is one of my favorite fantasy picks of the day is Alexander Madison. Dalvin Cook's out. The Detroit defense stinks, and Madison's going to go out there and he's going to carve them up. As far as sleepers, I'm going to stick with Minnesota, and I'm going to go with Irv Smith, the tight end. Last time he played against Detroit, 2 touchdowns, 15 fantasy points. 15 fantasy points in his 3 of his last 4 games. He's going to do that again today and get into the end zone. And my prop bet in this game, Kirk Cousins is going to go over 279.5 yards. He's only missed that total once since week 9. I can't say it enough. The Detroit defense stinks, and he's going to do it again today.
The Detroit Lions defense is one of the worst in football. I mean, they get scored on at least 30 points a game. It's bad, and I think Kirk Cousins is going to try to go and make prove his money out there as his big contract, and I think he's going to be throwing it a lot today, especially with no Dalvin Cook.
yeah, I mean it's if it was any indication last week, watching them absolutely, they played Tampa Bay, and you literally just saw the defense kind of just walking around. They did not want to be there. That team is checked out, and I honestly, for that whole team, I feel bad for Matthew Stafford. I really do. Last night I was on a show and someone made a comment that he's the Mike Trout of the NFL. Not comparing him talent-wise to Mike Trout, but in the sense of a good player on any other team, but he's stuck in a bad organization around a bad team. I would love to see Matthew Stafford, have a chance with a legitimate team somewhere, because I think that he could have a great.
I agree.
Yeah, I really do. I think that guy's career is essentially wasted in has been essentially been wasted in Detroit.
Agreed, but I won't use the word stuck because you know why? Matthew Stafford, just like Mike Trout, took hundreds of millions of dollars from that organization and decided to stay there.
Agreed.
Yeah, but you don't know
live in irrelevancy.
Yeah, but here's my thing.
He decided to stay in irrelevancy.
Yeah,
he could have got franchise tag for 2 years, and then he could have been gone.
But you don't know what's going on, like with everything else, the politics. You don't know what's being promised in the background. You don't know. They could say, hey, listen, sign with us. This is our plan. This is this. Matt Patricia came in, okay, we're going to grab someone from the Bill Belichick, lineage of coaches who, realistically, if you look at it, the lineage of coaches coming from Bill Belichick's line, none of them have been successful. Zero. Literally none of them have been successful. They all wind up crawling back to.
I like Joe Judge.
I mean, the jury. No pun intended. The jury is still out on Judge.
I got to agree with Joe on that.
The jury is still out on Judge
today, but the jury is still out. And you know what? Belichick, these coaches have they've done nothing, and you're 100% right on that. And you know what though? The Detroit organization has been run like shit for so many years. If Matthew Stafford sat there and believed him, then you know what? He deserves everything he's gotten.
Yeah, he was loyal to a fault. Loyal to a fault. But speaking of, long-term quarterbacks, we have another one in the South. Okay, where I'm going to take over now. Okay.
Here comes the pop in circumstance.
No pop and turn. We're talking about the NFC South, guys. We're talking about the NFC South. Okay. You got a couple of games today. You got Tampa Bay and Atlanta. A repeat of a couple weeks ago, where Atlanta looked to have a stranglehold on the game, and then they came out in the second half. And in typical Atlanta Falcons fashion, choked it up.
They blew it.
They blew it again. To quote one of our cohorts, nice try.
Nice try.
All right. So here's my thing. Let's talk about that game. That game, honestly, doesn't have much. Tampa Bay is already in the playoffs.
Yep.
Atlanta has no chance of being in the playoffs.
Nope.
I think this is just more so to keep the ball rolling. I don't think Tom Brady is at an age where you can rest him. He's not going to be able to, this is not Tom Brady of 10 years ago where he could turn it on and off. He has to click, and he has to, that offense is still learning. You can see it. He's still trying to click, with Antonio Brown. He's still trying to click with Godwin and Evans. There's still, you still see him miss some throws. Not the typical Tom Brady of old, but Tom Terrific is in the playoffs again, where his old cohort, Billy Boy, is he's going home. Okay, so for this year, we could say checkmate Tom Brady.
I'll tell you right now, something inside Tom Brady's head clicked a couple of weeks ago, and we've seen the Tom Brady of years past these last couple of weeks. I don't think you see him for much more than a half, if that, today, but that team is going to be dangerous in the playoffs.
Definitely going to be a tough out. That's not at all going to be. That is not at all going to be.
But listen, when this team was 5-2 after week 8, everyone said that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were going to the Super Bowl, and I love Tom Brady. He has so many weapons. You got Antonio Brown, you have Gronkowski, you have Godwin, you have Evans. But here's the thing: they are not going to in my opinion, get past the NFC Championship round because just because of the Packers alone. The Packers and the Saints alone, I think, are a better team than the Buccaneers. So it's going to be really tough to see the Buccaneers come out of that NFC.
Agreed, but I'll say this right now.
It depends on who they get matched up with. It really does. It depends on who they get matched up with. And literally, at that point, it's win or go home, okay? And not for nothing, who else would you want behind center than TB12, okay? There's no one in the NFC East, in the NFC right now, that has more playoff experience than Tom Brady. Nobody.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the only team in the NFC with a chance to beat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers in the playoffs. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know what? Going into Lambeau, Tom Brady made his name in the snow for 20 years. He lives for it. If anyone can go in there and beat Aaron Rodgers in an NFC Championship game, it's Tom Brady. And it wouldn't shock me if it happens. Do I think it will right now, today? No. But will it shock me if it does happen? No, it won't. I think he can do it, and I think he's got the team good enough to do it. That's clicking almost on all cylinders right now, I'd say.
Listen, the Buccaneers got to beat the Giants the first round of the playoffs. All right, that's all I know. All right.
Yeah, you're right, because the Giants might not make the playoffs.
Well, I hate to say it. I hate to say this as a Giant fan. I'm telling you right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are blowing the
Tampa Bay was going to beat the Giants.
The NFC East.
No, they'll beat the
It's a feel-good NFC title for us today, but Tom Brady's going to beat the balls off whoever he plays next week.
The Giants can defeat in the playoffs, to be honest with you.
Oh my goodness! All right, we're gonna mute Boogie's mic. We just went down to one viewer because of that comment. No, so that now we move down to the other NFC South matchup. It's going to be the Carolina Panthers and the Saints. Okay. This playoff, we could be seeing the beginning of the end of an era. Okay. There are plenty of rumors circulating, as they are every year, that Drew Brees is set to retire at the end of the season, if and when they are eliminated. Okay, it is said that he has a job already lined up with, I believe, CBS. Going in the route of Tony Romo and Phil Simms and Troy Aikman, all of those great quarterbacks that went into broadcasting. Here's my thing: they have a lot to play for today, but their entire running back is down with COVID. They're on the backup. Okay, you're not going to see Kamara today. You're not going to see Latavius Murray today. You're going to see a lot of backups today in that matchup. In a game that's they're going for the number 1 seed.
That's relevant.
That's
right,
super
exactly.
relevance.
Exactly.
They control their fate. Like they need that game. Here's my thing. If it is true that Drew Brees is, planning to retire, you need to keep him in New Orleans playing in the Dome. You do not want him traveling on the road. That team does not travel well. That team does not play well in cold weather. They're built for turf. They're built for speed. That's just the way they are. They're not a knock you down the stuff it down, run it down your throat kind of team. They're just not. I know they got Kamara, but he's more of that swing pass, the outside run, stuff like that. Cold weather, that takes away a lot of that stuff, man. So for me, I think that they don't want to give up that number 1 seed. I think they need it more than any of the other teams that are fighting for it right now. And like I said, if it is that we're watching the tail end of Drew Brees' career, it has been an absolute pleasure and an honor to watch that guy go to work, from when he started in San Diego and joined up with Peyton down in New Orleans. And a lot of people were skeptical because, coming off that, the Tommy John, the rotator cuff surgery when he was in San Diego, a lot of people did not think that he would be anywhere near this successful in his career. And, he's turned out to be one of the all-time greats to ever play the game. So, to him, salute to
Joe,
to
you're
Drew Brees.
100% right. You're 100% right. And I couldn't agree with you more. The Saints need the number 1 seed more than anybody. And you know what, though? They're not going to get it. Drew Brees has been, he proved a lot of critics wrong back in the day. Jeff Scarola, I love you, buddy, but Dante freaking Culpepper is all I got to say about that one. And, the Saints, they're not even going to win today. And they're buying themselves one more week, and if they go on the road, you're right, they're going home, man. I can't agree with you more.
Yeah, I mean, just real quick, I know that I forgot to get my picks. So going to the Tampa Bay game, I'm going to go with Godwin. Godwin to have a pretty decent game. I think that Evans is not going to play a full game like you said, Billy, as well. I don't think Tom Terrific is going to see a full game as well. I'm just reading some of these comments over here. Just reading some of these comments over here. Some wise guys in our chat over here. But and then on the other game with New Orleans and Carolina, I like, honestly, the one guy that has really come about, one shining bright moment for the Carolina Panthers this year. Listen, they have McCaffrey, that. They have Bridgewater, that. They have DJ Moore, who's come on as a big one. But the key, if you've been watching their games, okay, they've been running a lot of their offense through Samuel, okay? Because they utilize him on the run game. They utilize him in the passing game. He's turned out to be a very versatile weapon for the Carolina Panthers, and I think that he has actually a really good game going, up against New Orleans today.
Yeah. Listen. Let me ask you guys a question about these Carolina Panthers real quick. Do you think Teddy Bridgewater? He got a big 4-year contract with Carolina Panthers after going. Remember he was the backup to New Orleans last year. Do you think he had a successful season this year with Carolina, and do you see him starting for them over these next couple of years as well?
I think he deserves it. I think Teddy Bridgewater had a lot of ups and downs, but I think it's a guy, again, similar to Drew Brees, came off a surgery where people were wondering if he was ever going to step on a field again and what he was going to be. The guy bounced back. He went to New Orleans, learned under Brees, came out, and I think he's done a decent job. And I think with a full season of McCaffrey next year, I think you'll see a lot more out of him.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see what Matt Rule gives him to work with in year 2.
I think Matt Rule's done a good job down there. Like I said, I think he suffered a lot with injuries and COVID, and as did a lot of other teams. Let's just not. We were talking off the air. A lot of people are buying into this. Listen, I know I enjoy it more than anyone. I think seeing the Patriots being as bad as they are right now, because me being a diehard Colts fan, they've cost us many a Super Bowl. But my thing is that. Oh wow! Well, speaking of breaking news, Wentz is planning to ask for a trade out of Philadelphia. That's besides
He's been asking that for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, no, I get it, but now it's
official.
making it official.
Frank, you got to call on line one.
Nope, I don't want him. I don't want him. I do not want him.
Listen, if Carson Wentz is the 2017 Carson Wentz,
no, I don't care. Nope, I don't want him.
And if your aunt had balls, she'd be your uncle.
Exactly. That's exactly the way I look at it. So it's just like, come on. It's the guy just he had that 1 year, and it's more of an admiration. But that's besides the point. I look at the New England Patriots too, and we're going to get into the AFC East now with Lou. A lot of people are buying into this whole Patriots, blah blah blah. Kind of looking at, listen. It's not the first time we've heard this saying, and it's not going to be the last. Bill Belichick is playing chess while everyone is playing checkers. Okay, the guy had the most people and significant people opt out of the season. So I think this year it was kind of like he knew he was not going to be as competitive as probably he wished he was. He wanted to see what he was going to get out of Cam Newton, but I don't see.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Please, you're killing me with this. Bill Belichick, the coach, has no one to blame but Bill Belichick, the GM. This guy has failed the Patriots as a general manager for years now. Look at no wide receiver on that team opted out. Look at that depth chart. It's a joke.
Awful.
It is an absolute joke. He hasn't replaced Jimmy Garoppolo, the backup quarterback.
Listen, I think they got something.
Now.
I think they got something with Stidham. I really do. If you look at every time, and we talked about this last week, I think on the show, every time they take Cam Newton out of the game and they put Stidham in the game, the offense looks lively. Cam Newton is a running back playing the quarterback position.
That's the reason.
Okay, he is run first and then looking to pass. Okay, I'm sorry that this whole RPO movement that's going on in the NFL with Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Cam Newton, guys, this is a phase. The quarterback position has always been about passing the ball. It's not. Listen, if you have to run when it's necessary, yes, but you cannot, as a quarterback, say hike, whatever, and immediately your first read is to run. You can't do it. You're not going to be you waste.
You're right, but who are they giving him to throw the ball to?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody.
And I mean, if anybody hasn't been following Sam Darnold's career in the last 3 years, when you don't give the quarterback weapons, he's not going to be successful. So you can take Cam Newton, Jared Stidham, bring back Tom Brady, dig up Drew Bledsoe. It doesn't matter. If you don't give them the weapons, they're not going to succeed.
I mean, that's speaking of. It's funny. That seems to be, with the exception of one team in the AFC East, that seems to sound like a repeating problem about not having weapons.
You're right.
I think both quarterbacks that have no weapons are going against each other. Luke, today, I think you're covering that game, right?
Which game? The Miami Dolphins and
Seriously, Lou, you need me to I hand delivered you that segue of two quarterbacks playing with no weapons.
It was a shot at Tua. Jesus Christ, Joe. God, sarcasm.
Well, no, listen, he's got weapons. Devontae Parker is active and playing today.
Yeah, but you know what the problem is also, though, is that Tua, the Dolphins don't have Ryan Fitzpatrick to get him out of a jam if Tua starts crumbling this week. So that's a problem. We'll get back into that in a second. But yes, Joe is correct. There are no starting quarterbacks, great quarterbacks playing today against each other. But let me tell you the difference between Cam Newton and someone like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is still going to throw the ball for 300 yards, all right? The Cam Newton last week threw the ball for 34 yards. 34 yards. This is not only just a bad having no wide receivers. This is a Cam Newton thing, though, too, okay? I'm sorry to say this. Cam Newton is, in my opinion, is going to be a backup quarterback somewhere next year. I give him all the credit in the world for trying to start to prove himself. He had a great first 2 games of the year, and then after that, after he got COVID, he went down to shit. Okay, and I know that this is more than just Cam Newton. This is a New England Patriots thing, but Cam Newton looks awful out there. All right, he just looks awful.
Lou, tell me now, whose fault is that? Who
No,
brought
it's not.
Cam Newton in? Bill Belichick, the general manager.
I agree with that.
Bill
And
Belichick, the general manager, waited till the end to bring in a quarterback because he is such an egomaniac and still believes he's the smartest man in every room he walks into. I got news for you, pal. You're not anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree. But listen,
How come Cam Newton doesn't get the excuse about coming off of a major injury? Knocking the rust off and stuff like that. Why do people gang up on him, calling him trash, even though they know his offensive situation is bad? He hasn't played. He's on a new team. Like there's a lot of things that's
Because I think before the injury, he was just as bad.
Nobody gives him any type of leeway. No.
Because he played himself out of Carolina by doing exactly what he's doing now. Again, you'll notice this. And I see you see a trend. You brought up Carson Wentz earlier. Okay, Carson Wentz has this MVP year. Okay, didn't win the MVP, but had if not for getting hurt, has this MVP year, right? And has never been able to repeat it. Okay, now you have the same thing. Cam Newton, he won the MVP one year. He's never played up to that level again.
yeah,
I mean,
Not even close. Not even close. So it's just like, yeah, you get it. Listen, yes, he had the injury, yes, but my thing is that after a while, you know the old expression, like you're pointing fingers, but guess what? You're pointing one finger at someone else. There's 3 pointing back at you. Cam Newton, after a while, has to look in the mirror and say, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not performing up to the level that my team is expecting and what he should be expecting? The guy is a former MVP. He needs to, he's too worried about waking up at 4 a.m. Just to show you, the other day, they were showing his coffee schedule. Okay, that tells you the level of that he wakes up at 4:30 in the morning, lays out his clothes because that's what he's really worried about is dressing up. Okay, and he doesn't have his first sip of coffee until 8 o'clock. Why, as a fan, do I give a flying shit what time Cam Newton has his first sip of coffee in the morning? Why are we not talking about why he's being irrelevant on the field?
Boogie, I'll tell you the biggest difference right now between why Teddy Bridgewater was injured. Teddy Bridgewater humbled himself, went to New Orleans, and went and learned behind one of the best. Cam Newton is out there, and like Joe just said, Joe's 100% right. He's more worried about Cam Newton, the brand, than Cam Newton, the quarterback right now. And that's where the biggest difference lies. Teddy Bridgewater dedicated himself to the game of football. Cam Newton's still out there trying to get on the cover of GQ. Big difference in my eyes.
Right, and we also got to remember that the attitude Cam Newton had while he was in Carolina, he thought that his shit didn't stink and he was the best in all the game. So when you have that mentality, you got to carry that for the rest of your career. And so now he's carrying that with him into New Orleans, and people expect. Listen, when you expect high expectations of yourself and then you don't perform, you're gonna get backlash regardless of injury.
You want to know the biggest telltale on Cam Newton? Ron Rivera, his former head coach in Carolina, went to Washington with Dwayne Haskins, who he didn't like at the time, regardless of what happened now. He didn't like Haskins to begin with. Alex Smith, he didn't even know would take a snap again, and 2 no-names, and he still didn't bring in Cam Newton. If that doesn't speak mountains, I don't know what does.
Right. Very true.
If you notice, real quick, guys, have you noticed, when's the last time you saw this from Cam Newton?
Years.
When's the last time you saw this?
He did it that was it last?
He did it that one time. He scored 1 touchdown this year.
Yeah, he just recently he just did it.
But my thing is that that was
Superman, that was his trademark.
That was his trademark. Like LaDainian Tomlinson crossed the goal line. What did he do every time? Pitched it to the ref. Pretend like you're there. But I haven't seen the Superman.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah, I mean, what, once?
Well, he hasn't been in the end zone to do it all that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's bad.
I guess, but
to get to the game today, guys. So Jets versus the Patriots. Listen, I actually like the Patriots winning today, and I'm going to tell you why I like the Patriots winning today. Nobody wants to lose to the Jets and give the Jets a 3-game win streak, okay? Especially Bill Belichick. So I like the Patriots actually winning this game today, and I think your sleeper today is going to be the Pats defense. Listen, Pats defense is actually not that bad. They just have no offense to compensate for the defense. So I really like the Patriots defense today. I like Sam Darnold throwing for under 200 yards today. I actually like the over in this game today too. I like the over 40.5. I think this is going to be your 24-21 kind of game. But I do like the Patriots today. I just can't see the Jets winning 3 games in a row. I'm sorry. Look, listen, they've been playing great football. They've been playing absolute great football. But I can't see Bill Belichick losing to the Jets this game. Just for pride purposes. Like, come on. Nobody wants to give the Jets a 3-game win streak to end the season. Come on. Don't give Adam Gase the satisfaction, especially since Adam Gase is going to go to fucking New England next year. I don't even want.
Yeah, he's already been fired.
Right. So yeah, and also, let's all celebrate for the Jets fans tomorrow. Tomorrow is Adam Gase see you later day. So
I don't even think it goes to tomorrow. I think it's done. I think it's done before he leaves the parking lot tonight.
Yeah, I would.
He's already got his cardboard box filled with his stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's going to be underneath the bench.
So real quick, let's go. We got to start moving through this, guys, because we got to get to our picks in DraftKings. So quick, let's give a quick rundown. I know it's a more important game. We spent way too much time on New England and the Jets. Let's talk about the actual game that counts for something. You got the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. Buffalo, they have something. They still have a shot at the 2 seed, but Miami has everything to play for.
Right. So Miami wins, they're in. Simple as that. So this is a big game for them to go against the Bills. But listen, I still like the Bills today, okay? The Bills have shown that they are probably the most complete team in football over these last couple of weeks. They're good on defense. They're good on offense. Yeah, they might not try as much, but I can tell you right now, because the Dolphins are a division rivals, they're going to do everything in their power to keep Miami from winning this game today. Especially getting that number 2 seed is going to be huge for them. So I like the Bills winning today. The only problem is that they also don't have Cole Beasley today. So my sleeper today is actually going to be Gabriel Davis, okay? Josh Allen has been throwing to this kid a lot more lately as the number 3 wide receiver. Now he's 2 today. I like Gabriel Davis today, but I also like the under today, okay? Under 42. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think both defenses show up really good today, and and my prop bet is that I think it's going to be over 3.5 field goals. I think it's going to be, like I said, a low-scoring game. I think both defenses are going to be coming to play. I like the Buffalo Bills beating the Miami Dolphins today. I'm sorry, Jeff Scarola. No fins up today. I like Buffalo.
I'm going the opposite way from you, pal. I think Buffalo starters play a little bit, maybe again similar to Tampa Bay, maybe a half. I think that Miami Dolphins are going to win this game today, and I think Tua is going to take his team into the playoffs, and then we'll see what we have from there.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into Boogie.
Yep.
This should be quick. AFC West. Is there anything going on in the AFC West this weekend that's relevant?
On fire.
Absolutely nothing. The Chiefs, they're going to be not playing anybody, apparently, according to them. All their key players aren't going to play, so they don't really care. They just want to rest everybody. The Chargers, they don't even have let me see. Chad Henne. Chad Henne is the quarterback today.
I mean, he was good in Miami.
Yeah, but how long ago has that been?
Or Jacksonville?
Like 10 years ago.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, this game is completely irrelevant. Like, there's nothing going on here. So,
Keenan Allen's out.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on in this game.
This game, that game is just like a solidification of Justin Herbert's Rookie of the Year. I think that's what it is. I think he's just going to pad his stats because he's going to win that award.
My prop bet, he's going to have over 300 yards.
Guys,
for sure.
One thing I think you'll see in this game today, Justin Herbert goes out there and possibly saves Anthony Lynn's job.
He does not. He doesn't deserve. We spoke about this last week.
Yep.
For anyone who, for those watching the show, and I said it last week. I think they're the worst coach team in the NFL, I put them below the Jets. But that's
I mean,
besides the
that's
point.
Yeah,
it's
because
a little bit
Herbert
drastic.
is
I agree
talented.
with you.
Because they're wasting
Adam
such
Gase.
talent out there.
That kid is talented.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But all right. So
They,
then we
they got the
game-
Raiders Broncos game. That's a whole nother waste. You got two teams that's out of it. Raiders just got to save face a little bit because the Broncos are terrible. They know they're terrible. But you know, Carr's going to be my lock. I think he's going to throw all over the Broncos just to act like to save his season statistically wise. Josh
And
Jacobs,
Carr's had a pretty good year. So,
yeah, I was gonna say statistically wise, he's definitely going to go crazy this game. You know what I'm saying? Just to solidify that, hey, I had a good season. It's not on me. You know, Josh Jacobs, the running back, I think he's going to do pretty well too. I don't think Broncos are going to show up at all, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. That's the thing, because the Raiders defense I don't trust. So I think the Broncos are going to do a little bit, but they can't. They're not going to stop anything the Raiders are going to do, and it's not going to matter. Nobody's going to watch the game. So
yeah.
right.
But all right. So Billy, let's go. You have one game that has epic proportions that can end a streak. The other one should be just a formality. Let's go to the AFC North. Okay, we got Cincinnati playing the Ravens, and then we have the Browns looking to break. Is it the longest streak in professional sports without being in the playoffs?
Definitely
I believe
one
it is.
I believe so. And you know what? I like Cleveland to break that streak today, guys. I think Cleveland's going to come out, no Ben. A lot of other starters on the Steelers are resting.
Yep.
But I like Cleveland to come out today. Baker Mayfield has got something to prove today. I think there's two quarterbacks out there today. Baker
Landry's
Mayfield,
playing
Kyler Murray have a ton to prove today, and I think Baker's going to do it. My fantasy sleeper in that game, Harrison Bryant, the tight end on Cleveland. Pittsburgh's given up the second fewest points per game to tight ends, but I'm going with him here. He's had 8 receptions in the last 2 weeks. I think he gets in the end zone today. And then the stud of the day, I think, is going to be the Cleveland Browns defense. I think, again, no Big Ben. I think a lot of other starters you're going to see maybe come out very quickly. And I think Cleveland's defense is going to make a statement today. And, they're going to do a lot better than we've seen them do at any point this year. And my prop bet for this game is Mason Rudolph under 21.8 completions. 10 games last year, he achieved that 4 times. He's not doing it today. They're going to try to pound the ball. They're going to run it. Connor a little, Benny Snell. They're out there trying to get through 60 minutes of football. And I don't think Mason Rudolph's going to complete 21.8% passes at all.
All right, and what's your take on the Baltimore? I mean, Baltimore, Cincinnati. I think we all can agree it's basically a formality, right? This is
Cincinnati
just
Seahawks.
Yeah.
the Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Seahawks.
It could be they might want to be called the Cincinnati Seahawks after today because ever since Lamar Jackson went and took a dump 3.5 games ago, he's been lights out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
This
It's
this
different player.
He is out there. He's the Lamar Jackson we saw last year.
Oh yeah.
This guy is out there taking it to another level at the right time. My fantasy sleeper in that game, Gus Edwards, the running back. Last week he took 17 touches, turned it into 100 yards. Cincinnati's given up 4 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks to running backs. I think Gus is going to score another one today. My stud in that game, the aforementioned Lamar Jackson. This guy has been on fire, and it's going to continue today. And my prop bet, I'm going to go simple. Mark Andrews, the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens, to go over 3.5 receptions. He's gone over it in 5 straight. He'll do it again today.
Yep. Yeah, I like all those bets too. Yeah, listen. The problem with Lamar Jackson is that are we going to see this Lamar Jackson in the playoff time next week if they make it?
That is the question that remains to be seen.
Because if he's the MVP, Lamar Jackson, the Ravens are going to be a very tough team, a very underrated team, I think, in the playoffs if we see this Lamar Jackson come out today.
Absolutely.
But you look at a team like the Ravens, Lou. The Ravens are a team, they're built for January. They go out there, they got a quarterback they can run. They've got 2 running backs, maybe even 3 if Mark Ingram can come into January, into the playoffs healthy, that can go out there and play keep away with the ball.
Solid O-line.
They got Marquise Brown who could break a big one anytime you throw the ball and could probably beat almost any corner off the line. They're an interesting team depending on if Lamar Jackson keeps playing at the level he is right now.
Correct. Yeah, very true.
Crazy. Just also real quick, more breaking news, guys. Cam Newton and the Patriots have agreed to end their relationship at the end of the season.
Hey,
so Cam is
call me.
out of New England at the end of the season. But we are going to go down to, well, I mean, we saved. I would like to say we saved the best for last, right? The AFC
Nope.
South.
Nope.
Here we go, guys.
All right.
The Indianapolis Colts are going to take it down
Talking
today.
about
Philip
the
Rivers is going to throw for 4,000 yards today against
that-
a really interesting Jacksonville Jaguars defense.
Yo, you talk about
Ladies and gentlemen.
Boy, I tell you.
Listen, last week
That
Joe
might be the most
Leary
that,
said-
that might be the most
Joe Leary said-
statistically that might be the most statistically accurate thing Lou has ever said.
Listen, Joe Algieri last week said that Philip Rivers was going to throw for over 300 yards and
And
have
what did he
over
finish
3
with?
touchdowns.
290.
No, 260 and 1 touchdown. So please stop.
All right,
it.
whatever.
Stop.
Here's what
I
it
just
is.
want to tell our listeners before this even starts, Joe controls the soundboard, so we have to just let him ramble about
Yeah,
this.
you have no choice. I will mute you and remove you all from the feed. Okay, I will just go solo. Listen,
No,
I will
let's
look.
hear-
That's
let's
it. You guys don't even exist anymore. Look at this. See that? You
just
guys
want
don't even
40
exist
listeners
anymore.
stop it.
Joe, tell us
Done-
why the
done.
Colts are going to win today against Jacksonville. Tell
All right.
us why the Titans are going to lose against Houston. Let me hear it.
Here's my thing: the Titans aren't going to lose against Houston. Okay, I'm kind of giving up on the whole division thing. I'd love to see it. I would love to think that J.J. Watt's inspirationals. If anyone hasn't seen it, last week at the end of the game, J.J. Watt came out and blasted his whole team and said, "Listen, a lot of people pay to see us. A lot of people pay to buy our jerseys. A lot of people spend hours of their day sitting watching us, and what we're doing is a joke." So I do think that you're going to see a fired up Houston Texans team, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Tennessee's game plan today, the number is 223. Okay, that's how many yards Derrick Henry needs to get to 2,000. Okay, so you plan to see a lot of Derrick Henry often and often. They're going to run. They're going to try to run it down against the Texans, and I think they're top 3 worst rush defenses in the NFL. So I think the Texans win that game. Okay, so the Texans win that game, and we're gonna go from there.
Wait, Texans win that game or Titans?
Sorry, the Titans win that game. Excuse me.
I was gonna say, I was like,
because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
at work right now. I'm getting told I got customers here, but they gotta wait. The lock is more important. So yeah, as far as the Colts game, listen, we gave them their only win. Okay, game 1 of the season. I'm not happy about it, but we gave Jacksonville their only win of the season. I'm not looking for them to give number 2. There's a reason that the spread is the spread. I think Indy knows, their backs are against the wall. They need one of those 3 teams to lose ahead of us, either Cleveland, Miami, or Baltimore. Based on the thing, sorry, Jeff, I think it's going to be the Dolphins. I just don't think Tua has it to get it done. Even though Tre'Davious White is not playing for Buffalo, he's out as well. So, I mean, it is what it is. Listen, if we don't make the playoffs, definitely upsetting. I don't know if Rivers will be behind center again next year. I think this was a 1-year loan. He's proven to be okay. He finally built a relationship with, Ty. They're definitely going in the right direction. Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman Jr. I think they made great picks in the draft. But obviously, I'm going to say the Colts are going to win today, but I also think that the Titans win today. Titans are going to go as your AFC South champs. I'm hoping. I'm sitting here hoping and praying. Definitely a different vibe from a couple weeks ago, where I was pretty confident that they were going to make the playoffs. They had that streak, but that game that they lost last week to Pittsburgh, a game they should not have lost. They don't lose that game. They don't give up that lead. It's definitely a different mood for me today. But unlike the rest of my cohorts, I speak liberally about my team. I don't believe that they're going to win when they absolutely have no chance, like the Giants do today.
Stop it.
Cue the violin.
Here we go.
Okay. Anyway, so let's get into it. So we are going to get into our picks of the week. Okay. I just want to really quickly. Okay, we're going to share last week's. All right. So here we go. Last week's pick of the week. Our winner was Boogie. I know he's been crying to me all week that I didn't show any love. So it is what it is. Last week, our special guest Jamie myself and Lou all finished with the same record of 5-6-1. Boogie was the only one
Killed
to come
it.
out above 500. 6-5-1. I'll have the year-to-dates coming out in just a little bit.
Follow me, man.
You know, so but that.
Yeah, but I'm
that
still winning the overall.
that's why I said I'll have the year-to-date, dummy. So
I'm
Lou,
more consistent.
let's go, guys. We're gonna do this rapid fire. Lou, you're gonna give out the excuse me. Or actually, I could do it. I have everything. Nope, never mind. Lou, you're gonna do it.
You want me to say only?
Yeah, so we're gonna do
correct?
this rapid fire. I'll write down the picks. We'll obviously we'll keep track of everything, and then we will get moving. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to put a little rush on this because I am at work. So let's get
All
moving.
right, so
let's start it up.
Cowboys versus the Giants. Dallas -1.5. I'll start this off, guys. I like the Giants winning this game straight up. So why would I not like them with the points? I like the Giants getting 1.5 right now against an awful Dallas Cowboys secondary. I think Daniel Jones has a field day today. I like the
I'm going
Giants.
Giants. I'm going Giants. I'm going Giants. I don't need to explain. I'm going Giants. We got Cowboys number. Let's go.
I'm going Giants too. Giants put up 34 points on the Cowboys defense last time. They'll do it again today.
I agree. Joe?
Do you really need to ask me who I think is gonna win this game?
Well, with the spread,
Dallas is gonna win by at least a touchdown.
stop.
Next.
All right, next game we have the Dolphins against the Bills. Miami giving 1.5 to the Buffalo Bills. Bills are home. I still like the Bills. I think the Bills win by 3 today. They're still fighting for the number 2 seed. I don't think you see Buffalo pull out at the half unless they're getting killed. I don't see Buffalo getting players getting pulled out at the half. I think they're still going to be playing. I like Buffalo getting 1.5 against the Miami Dolphins.
I disagree. I believe Buffalo is not going to have their whole team playing the whole game, and Miami has a lot more to play for, so they're going to be a lot more hungry, and they're definitely going to try to win this ball game. So I'm going Miami.
I think the Tua questions go to bed for at least another week, and Miami wins this one.
Yeah, Buffalo. Here we go.
You think Buffalo, Joe?
Yeah, Buffalo.
I agree. Buffalo too.
All right,
right. Next.
Next game, Baltimore Ravens against the Cincinnati Bengals. The line just dropped. It's Baltimore only giving 13.5.
Oh, only 13.5.
Only 13.5.
Does anyone really legitimately think Cincinnati's going to cover the spread?
I
Not
do.
at all.
I do.
Okay, so we have one.
We're all Ravens, except Blue.
Hold on.
I like the Bengals covering today, Lewis Dumb. I
Amen.
like the Bengals covering this spread today. I really do. The offense has been playing extremely well. They scored almost 30 points the last 3 games without Joe Burrow. I like this team.
All right, stop talking before I have to put the banner back up.
All right, that's
Mute his
fine.
mic.
Whatever.
I'm going to. I'm going to start treating this like what's that show with Tony Reali where it's the 4 people and he's asking questions and they get points and he just mutes them. That's what I'm going to start doing with Lou. I'm just going to start muting his mic.
That's
That
fine.
banner might be our next T-shirt, Joe.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Lou
listen,
is dumb.
if it sells shirts, I don't give a shit. Write whatever the hell you want.
All right, next.
Next game, Steelers versus Browns. The line just went up. It's now Cleveland -10.
Yeah, that's what I had anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going Browns.
Cleveland's going to win the
Obviously.
game, but I'm taking Pittsburgh with the points.
I'm taking Pittsburgh with the points too. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think, even with Mason Rudolph.
Absolutely.
They're going to have nobody playing. I'm going Browns.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. Listen, Mason Rudolph is going to take this game personally. Just don't forget, he caught a helmet to the head
From Myles Garrett.
by Myles Garrett last year. What karma and satisfaction would it be for him to knock them out of the playoffs?
I agree. I couldn't agree more. Next game, Vikings versus Lions. Vikings are giving the Lions 3 points. I like the Vikings. I think the Vikings destroy this team today, in my opinion.
I'm going
Vikings
Vikings.
are
as
the
well.
better team. The Vikings win the game
Definitely
and
going
cover.
Vikings.
Yep. Joe?
I'm going Detroit.
Of course you are. Let me tell you why. Because Detroit is the one.
Shut up. Next.
Okay. Jets versus Patriots. New England is in favor of the Jets by 3 points. They're giving the Jets 3. someone else go. I gotta think about this.
I'm taking the Jets.
Yeah, I'm going.
Taking the Jets because the Jet thing to do is win 3 games after the worst coaching hire in their franchise history.
They're going to send Gase off.
Send them out on 3 in a row.
That's right.
And then it'll be his swan song that he won 3 games and he fired. He got fired. I was just getting started, and yeah.
And so some schmuck's going to be stupid enough to hire this guy in the next 3 years
I like the Patriots.
to run another team.
Listen,
I like the Patriots getting
if the Patriots are starting Stidham today, I would take the Patriots, but they're still going to run. They're still running Cam out there. So next,
I like the Patriots with the spread. Falcons versus the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are favored by 7 points. They're playing in Tampa. Listen, the Falcons have been covering spreads lately, man. And last time the Falcons and Buccaneers literally played 2 weeks ago. Falcons they lost the game in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes to go. But I think it's going to change this week. I like the Buccaneers honestly with the 7 points.
I'm going with Atlanta. They keep it close. Tommy and the boys are going to be on the bench by the half, and I think Atlanta keeps it close enough
same.
to cover the
I got
spread.
Atlanta.
Did anybody read that they're going to rest their players? Because I haven't read that anywhere. I hear y'all saying that, but I haven't seen that anywhere.
Boogie, if I had Rob
The game doesn't mean
Gronkowski,
anything. I think they're going to get a half.
I'd wrap Gronkowski in saran wrap if I was them, and not even let him
I
dress.
hear you, Bob. Saying you guys didn't read that, right?
No. It's purely speculative.
I'm gonna change my pick and go with Atlanta myself then, because I didn't because it went towards that what you guys were saying. I didn't know if they were sitting them down or not. Because if they're going to play the whole game, I'm going with Tampa. But you know what I'm saying? If
Yeah,
they're
fuck you
sitting them
guys.
down,
I
I'm
like
going
the
with
Buccaneers.
Atlanta. So I'll go with Atlanta then if they're going to sit people down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next game, Packers and Bears. Green Bay giving 4.5 points to the Bears. They're playing in Chicago.
This is the Packers game, man. This is
Green
the
Bay.
Packers game.
Green
It's
Bay,
the Packers
no
game.
questions asked.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Green Bay on that one too.
This is the Packers game.
All right, clean sweep.
Yeah.
Next.
Raiders versus the Broncos.
Who cares?
Raiders are giving 2.5 to the Broncos. I think they need to give them more. I like LA. I like the Las Vegas in this one.
I think Raiders is my lock for the week, actually. So I'm going for the Raiders.
Vegas Raiders. They'd still
Vegas-
be in the playoff hunt if it wasn't for Fitzpatrick and the craziest pass I've ever seen.
Vegas never loses.
Vegas never
True story.
loses. Yep. All right, so Jaguars and Colts. The line moved up. It's now Indianapolis minus 15. I like the Colts in this one. There's no Robinson today. There's no Chalk Jr. I don't even know who the hell's starting for Jacksonville. I think Indianapolis destroys this team by 20.
Yeah,
Jacksonville with the points. I like the Colts to win the game. Jacksonville with the points.
There's no Robinson.
And then tomorrow we say welcome Urban Meyer.
All right.
Don't you mean John Mayer?
What?
I'm going.
I was quoting Lou. He gave me notes about the new Jacksonville Jaguars coach. It said John Mayer.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, I was just saying what you thought. I'm sorry. It's Urban Meyer.
Anyways, who do you like, Joe?
I'm gonna. Well, obviously, you know what Joe's gonna say, but
I'm going to take Jacksonville to cover the spread.
I'm going Jacksonville
Same.
too. The reason why I kind of lean towards that because obviously the Colts are going to win the game, and I don't think they're going to really press like that once they got the game won. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're going to cover. I mean, I think
they're going to cover this. I think the Colts are going to cover the spread, but just because of the simple fact that they're fucking pissed off that Jacksonville beat them the first game of the year.
The Colts are going to win, but you got guys in Jacksonville playing for jobs next year. They're going to keep it. They're going to keep it within the spread. I like Jacksonville with the points.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
All right, let's move it. Come on.
Chargers and Chiefs. Chargers. The spread just went up. Chargers giving 5.5 points to the Chiefs.
I'm sticking with the Chargers. I think we're not seeing the Kansas City Chiefs out there. They're going with their backups. They're getting ready for the playoffs. And like I said, Justin Herbert is possibly playing to save his coach's job if he really cares about it. So I like the Chargers in this one.
I'm going Chargers as well.
I'm going Chiefs.
All right, next.
Cardinals versus Rams. Cardinals are giving the Rams 2.5. I like Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I
Told you Kyler Murray's got everything to
Cardinals.
prove today.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm taking the Rams.
Go ahead. Joe, who was your pick with the Chargers and Chiefs?
Chargers.
Chargers, okay. Next game, Seattle Seahawks, 49ers. Seattle's giving the 49ers 7 points.
By the way, San
Seattle.
Francisco has announced that they are cutting ties with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Saw that
I mean,
coming
he's,
from a
he's
mile away.
always hurt, so yeah.
Yeah. I like the Seahawks 7.
Seattle.
I got
Absolutely.
Seattle. I got Seattle as well.
Yep.
Go. Next game, we have Saints and Panthers. Saints are giving the Panthers 6 points. No Kamara. I like
No
Panthers.
Kamara, no Michael Thomas,
Yeah, I
no
like
Saints.
Panthers.
I'm taking the Panthers with the points.
Who's the running back? 'Cause I think Davis is out too, right?
Davis is out too. Yeah, so it's the backup.
Yeah, who is that? Like, who's the running back?
I don't even know.
I think both teams are
Probably
signing up
Samuels.
running back in the parking lot as we speak.
Yeah.
So
Right, yeah, I think they're probably going to have Samuel run the ball a decent amount.
What's the spread?
7. 6.
Man,
Panthers with the points, guys.
Panthers with the points, I agree.
I think I'm gonna go Saints this one.
All right.
Okay.
What you going, Joe? I didn't hear your pick, Joe.
Carolina.
Okay.
Titans and Texans. Titans are giving the Texans 7 points. Man, I don't know.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, 2 words, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I like Denver Henry. Yeah, Titans. I think Titans cover the spread too. Boogie.
I'm going with Houston. I think Titans gonna win, but I think it's gonna be a closer game.
Okay. And our last Sunday night game, Washington football team against the Eagles. Washington is favored by 6.5. This is crazy to me.
Philly.
I love Philly getting 6.5. That's my lock of the week, right there. I think they win this game straight up.
Philly's winning the game outright. I'm taking Philly with the points.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, guys. Picks are in. We're going to end the show like we always do.
No draft.
Everyone's week 17 lock. What is the lock? What is your lock? So we'll go in reverse order. Lou, lock of the week.
Eagles against the Washington football team giving 6.5. Getting 6.5.
Eagles. Boog.
Raiders. Raiders is my lock.
Raiders.
Broncos. Yep.
Billy.
Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is going to get it done.
Oh, way to really go out on a limb there.
And what about you, Joe?
I mean, I'm standing by my pick. 3 weeks.
Oh,
I
Cowboys.
called it a go. By 11 o'clock tonight, your NFC East champions will be
The New York
Dallas
Giants.
Cowboys.
The New York Giants.
Guys, it has been a pleasure for myself, Lou DiMartino,
Hey, we gotta
Boogie.
introduce Billy's show.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We do DraftKings. There's a lot of things we ain't do here.
All right. Sorry.
Somebody's worried about
He's at
selling
work.
a Jeep, so he just wants
Yeah,
to
so
let us know.
sorry. Someone in
Yeah,
here's got to
question.
make money to
Nothing
pay for
say.
things.
But
Someone's
listen,
got a
we-
wedding to pay for.
We want to introduce that Billy's going to be having his own show with us here at True New York Sports called Fired Up, right, Billy?
It's Fire It Up. This is why
Fire
we
It
don't
Up.
let Lou do. This is why we don't let Lou do anything.
Please,
It's called Fire It Up. Mute his mic. That's it. Mike is muting.
Billy, really quick, introduce yourself a little bit and tell us about what your show is going to be about.
Guys, most of you know me. The ones that don't, you will. Fire it up. It's going to be just what it sounds like. You know, it's the sports show. No bullshit. The show you always wanted but never knew you needed until now. And I can't wait to see you guys.
Awesome. Billy, welcome to the True New York Sports team, bud.
Happy to be here, guys. Happy to be here.
Yes,
Awesome.
definitely. All right. So listen. Normally we do DraftKings. Boog, if it's okay, I'll save you the torment of posting your lineup again.
I'm definitely gonna torch.
What
So,
we will
what-
do, though, is that we have our own draft.
Correct. We started one with the 4 of us. Okay. We will post my winning record at the end of that along to go. So I'll put like a side by side of like Colts win, Cowboys win, I win. So it's gonna be like
no. Listen. Before
He
we
controls the
started,
soundboard, so we're just letting him talk right now.
Yeah, just-
before Joe was on, before we came live,
Okay.
Joe said that my DraftKings lineup is not.
okay. Lou's muted. Lou's not allowed to talk anymore. That's it. He's muted.
Hey, Lou.
That's it. No, he's muted. He can't hear you. I muted him.
Oh, he
He's
can't
done.
hear me?
Yeah, he can't hear you. Can he hear you?
Right back up.
All right, I put him back in. So you see how easy I can control
Hey,
you?
Lou, make sure you post them lineups up before the game start.
No, I'm gonna post it all up as soon as I see everyone's lineup. I'm posting that shit. I don't want to hear no excuses from Joe.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Myself, Lou DiMartino, Boogie, our newest member, Billy. You're gonna catch him live on Fire It Up. Okay, guys. Happy Week 17. Good luck to everyone.
Let's go, Giants,
Happy
baby.
money making.
Fucking day.
Dallas,
Let's go.
Indianapolis. Here we go.
Giants.
See you later, guys.
Make Joe eat his words.
Nah, never. Never will I'll eat my words.
Congrats to the Colts not making the playoffs.
Yeah, all right. Good.